But like I said, folks, we're just taking it face value right now before anything else happens. Our opinions may change between now and the season starting, but we'll just figure this thing out as we go along. Week two, the Bills are at Miami, and I can see that as a victory.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm going to mark down a W right there. Then they're home on week three and four, home against the Washington football team and the Houston Texans. I could probably see them taking both of those.
Yeah, I think I could see that too.
Yeah, I think the game the matchup against the Washington's is going to be an interesting one because you're putting up that front seven of Washington's, which I think we'll get into Washington's defense in a later episode, but. I'm going to be fascinated to see how this Bills offensive line holds up throughout the year, and obviously we have Josh Allen. Devin Singletary has another chance, and I'm very curious that the Bills didn't do anything in the draft to really address the running back position. I thought the Bills would have done something different and go to help Josh Allen, but instead they went for Gregory Rousseau with the 30th overall. It's going to wind up being a steal. I don't. I'm my original mock draft predictions for Rousseau had him going before the 15th overall pick, but he went to number 30. So I think that's going to be a steal in the draft that I don't think anybody is talking about. But listen, without Tom Brady in the AFC East, this is Josh Allen's division to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I would tend to agree with that. Since Tom Brady is on a different division, so basically Josh Allen is control for the moment, unless anybody else knocks him off from that pier or from that tier. And Andrew's back with us now. And then right before the bye week, week 5 and 6, Buffalo, very intriguing matchup in week 6. That's October 10th. Buffalo Bills are at Kansas City, and then the very next week they're at Tennessee.
Yeah, both of those can go either way. I think those are probably some true toss-ups, especially Bills and Kansas City. But if I had to pick one, it would probably be Kansas City. But it's really hard to say.
I- I'll probably put that as a loss to Kansas City,
Yeah,
or
but
a toss up in Tennessee.
yeah, and yes, even with Julio Jones suiting up for Tennessee, I still don't think the Julio Jones trade makes a difference for there because when you're going up against quarterbacks like Josh Allen and others, it's not going to matter if the team can't play defense Tennessee had a lot of issues with defense last year, and I think the Bills. 1 year after being embarrassed in Tennessee, like 42-16, I think they bounce back and take down the Tennessee Titans in prime time.
Uh huh. So then the bye week comes up. So right now, with the first 6 games, I see at least 3 wins, 1 loss, and 2 are undecided right now. They jump back in on October 31st, Halloween, home against the Dolphins, on the road against the Jaguars, on the road against the Jets, and back home against the Colts.
Hmm. Yeah, those most likely I would say those are all wins, except for like maybe Miami. That can go either way. I think Miami and Buffalo could possibly split.
Hmm. Yeah. So
It's a
I got
possibility.
a
I think it's slim, but I think there's a chance for a split.
split between the Dolphins
Yeah,
and the Bills.
Yeah, I think Miami is the biggest threat to Buffalo in the division because I think with Miami, New England, and the Jets, Miami clearly has the best coaching. They clearly have the best defense, and I think if anybody's going to beat the Bills in the division, it's going to be Miami. I wouldn't rule out New England necessarily because New England learned that they had to spend some actually draft well this year, in the absence of.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, and they picked
Uh,
up two key tight ends too. Don't forget that.
right. Right.
Oh yeah, they spent like 50 million the next few years on I think his name John Smith.
Yep, and Hunter Henry.
Yeah, Hunter Henry. Yeah, I think and I think that's going to be a big help to Cam Newton and whenever Mr. Mac Jones takes over
Yeah, that's why I have a hunch right now.
for
As
New
of right now,
England.
I think New England's gonna be second
But I
place.
know that the
Okay.
it's yeah, but you look
Yeah. Go ahead.
at the you look at the stretch of games that Tim was just referencing. I think Jacksonville is going to be should be one where Buffalo should take care of business on CBS, and a game
Hmm.
against Zach Wilson of the Jets, they should be able to take care of business then as well. But
Oh yeah.
All right, and then Buffalo has the Thanksgiving night game against New Orleans Saints at the Superdome. That's going to be a very interesting matchup. Of course, now the post Drew era, I mean post Drew Brees era begins now in New Orleans, and I still have no idea of who the starting quarterback will be there.
Yeah, I
it,
don't really
it's
have faith in either
it's
quarterback.
probably going to be most likely Winston.
Yeah, I would say that too. Either
Oh,
way, I
Mister
don't really have
Thirty
faith in
Thirty.
either quarterback.
Yeah, and Winston actually threw the ball deep in the playoffs, unlike Drew Brees.
Hmm.
So that the Tampa defense was exposed when I think who caught that touchdown of that play in the playoffs. What was it? Oh shoot, who?
Thomas?
What was I think it was Emmanuel Sanders that
Oh, that's right.
caught
Yeah, I
that
think you're right.
touchdown. It's him, but I can go back and look while you can bring up the rest of the schedule.
Okay, probably say a loss to the Saints, although it's probably going to be a very close game in my opinion. Then we're finishing off final six games. Buffalo will be home against the Patriots, on the road against the Buccaneers, home against the Panthers, on the road against the Patriots, and then they finish home two games, the Falcons and the Jets. And
Yeah,
I
I would
can
say.
go ahead and
Yeah,
I can go
yeah, I
ahead
would
and
say.
put the Falcons and the Jets. Well, that'll be no problem for the Bills right there.
So you could say the first one to Jason Myers. Because you know he is quite opinionated on our good friend Jason Myers is quite opinionated on the Falcon situation.
Yeah, what does he always say?
Atlanta ain't shit.
Oh yeah, right, yeah. Jason, I don't know if you're watching, buddy, but how you doing? Anyway, so hopefully, I don't know if the Falcons are going to do any better this year. Of course, they got their new head coach. Can't remember his name because
Arthur Smith.
Arthur Smith. Yeah, because they let go of Dan Quinn, and that's when the Cowboys decided to make Dan Quinn our new defensive coordinator. At okay, Buffalo home at New England. No, Buffalo is home versus the Patriots on December 6th.
Yeah,
So
I think they'll each win at their home field respectively.
each one on the home field. Okay. Then, Tampa Bay. That's going to be a very delicious matchup right there.
Yeah, it's gonna be the Jim Nance, Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson special on CBS that day. Because that's the only 4 o'clock game on CBS that week.
Wow. I'm going to have to, right now, on paper, I have to give the edge to the Bucks in that one. But I see them bouncing back on the 19th of December at home against the Carolina Panthers. So
Yeah, that should be an easy win for Buffalo.
All right, so after what I have picked, as far as my picks are concerned, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 11 possible wins. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 possible losses, and still I got 2 that are undecided yet. That's the home opener, week 1 against the Steelers, and the October 18th game where the Bills are heading to Tennessee to take on the Titans. So at least 11 wins and maybe 4 losses on paper. That's basically what we're doing right here. So any of y'all want to try to match your wits against us with the records here, please leave a message in the comments section and see how well you do. Speaking of the Dolphins, we were just mentioning a little bit of Dolphins. They finished second in the AFC East with a record of 10-6 last year. They have a bye week on week 14, so they pretty much have a loaded schedule before they have their one break. They start on the road September 12th against the Patriots.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's probably a loss.
Lost to the Patriots. So is Cam Newton still with New England?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Cam Newton is still QB1.
Yeah, him and Mac Jones are going to be competing.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Cam Newton's a pretty good quarterback, but oh my God, what a terrible dresser he is. Whoever is his tailor needs to be murdered. Well, anyway, that's a different subject, and I digress. But anyway, the next 3 games on the schedule, it will be in Miami versus Buffalo at home. I think we said that Buffalo would win that one, as they said what I said.
Yeah, I think there's a potential for a split, like each team winning once.
Okay. September 26th out there at Las Vegas. I think I might go either way. I mean, Las Vegas wasn't really flashy last year, but they kind of weren't really slouches.
Mm-hmm.
Then October 3rd, Miami is at home against the Colts.
That's a tough one. I'll probably lean towards Dolphins.
Leaning for the Dolphins on that one. I'll take that as take a W. Then the Dolphins are at Tampa Bay on the 10th of October.
Yeah, that's probably a win for Tampa.
Mm-hmm. Then we have we have a jolly old England game October 17th. Dolphins and Jaguars.
And of course, if you look at ESPN's website, the cheapest tickets for that Jags Dolphins game in Miami is $682.
Jeez.
What? That's not in Miami. I think that's in London.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
All right, $682. Oh boy. But anyway, I'm gonna put a win for the Dolphins on that one. And I will put a win on October 24th at home against the Falcons. Because once again, the Falcons ain't shit. Uh, on the road to Buffalo, October 31st. We just mentioned that October 31st. We said that was a Buffalo. At least I said that was a Buffalo win. So
And with Buffalo coming off its bye week at that juncture of the schedule.
right. Then to start November, Miami goes on the road. On the road to first Houston and then to Baltimore.
Yeah, I see a split there. Probably a win over Houston and a loss with Baltimore.
And that Baltimore game is on short rest.
Yeah, short rest though. Yeah, because they have the Sunday night, then they have the Thursday night game on November 11th. Then they're back on the road November 21st at the New York Jets.
That should be a win for Miami there.
Call that a win. Back home on the 28th against the Carolina Panthers.
Ooh, that's a toss-up, but maybe a win for Miami.
Yeah, and I'm also seeing a lot of suspect defenses on Miami's schedule, which is a good thing if you're looking to draft someone like Jalen Waddle, who was the fastest wide receiver in this year's draft. He has so much athleticism and speed, and I just think having a talented wide receiver like him changes everything for Tua. But I still believe that Miami has some holes in that on that offense, particularly in the rushing attack. And you can't have Myles Gaskin as your number one running back on a playoff caliber team. And they really missed out on it. And Miami had so many draft picks, and they could have easily traded it up and drafted either Travis Etienne or Najee Harris. But I think that's going to be one of the things that the Dolphins are really going to be regretting this season.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I think they might be in third place this season.
And then right before the bye, December 5th, the Dolphins are at home against the New York Giants.
I think I'm leaning towards the Giants. I think they have the more improved offense right now.
So I'll mark that down. Then they have their bye on week 14. And then 4 more games on the schedule on Dolphins at home against the Jets, on the road to the Saints, on the road to Tennessee, and then at home against the Patriots. The Jets, I don't think that's a no-brainer. I think that is. So I'll just put it as a victory for the Dolphins against the Jets. Right now, New Orleans. I would probably give a slight edge to the Saints on that one. Probably. Hey, Natalia, you froze up a little bit.
I'm still with you. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay, I got you. Looked like your camera was a little bit frozen, a little bit. Then January 1st, Dolphins at Titans. I'm afraid I'm going to have to give that one to the Titans.
Yep.
And then the Dolphins finish the season at home against New England in Week 18.
I'm going to give that to the Dolphins. I'm going to give them a split.
I was kind of thinking the same way you were there. So looking at what I've got here, the only questionable ones I have is Sunday, September 26th at Las Vegas, November 28th at home against Carolina. But other than that, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 possible wins, and maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, middle of the road.
Maybe at least maybe at least 8 wins and 7 losses. I mean, and 2 indecisions right now.
Hmm.
So we'll just have to see how that goes as time progresses before the start of the season. And right now we go to the New England Patriots. Finished third place in the AFC last year. Uh, and they start against the Dolphins at home, which I think we all said would be a victory.
Yeah, wins on their home fields
Mm.
respectively.
Wins on the home field, so mark that down. Then down at week 18 against. Now this is kind of interesting. The Patriots open the season and close the season against the Dolphins. I hadn't noticed that until now.
Yep.
Then we got
Yeah, and while we're on the Patriot, yeah, and I think you're going to look at the Patriots schedule, and I think Patriots fans are going to wonder that if Cam Newton struggles early, that when are they going to make the move to replace him with Mac Jones as the quarterback? Because I think Mac Jones is going to be QB1 for Belichick at the end of the season, and I wonder when the Patriots are going to make that move, because think now that the Patriots savvy moves in free agency, mainly because they had a pleasant salary cap situation, and so many other teams couldn't do anything because of the unusual nature of the salary cap this year. But if you look at the Patriots, throughout the draft, I thought that they had a fantastic job, and they addressed so many different areas of need, and like Mac Jones, they even got Christian Barmore in the second round of the draft, and I think he's going to be a difference for the Patriots front seven, and I think he's going to be a problem for a lot of other teams here. That and you wonder which one of these games is Mac Jones going to make the his debut. And now being selected at 15 is completely different from being selected like within the top 5, because you aren't necessarily forced to start your quarterback week number 1. But I think the best way a quarterback learns is actually playing, and that's what a lot of teams try to do with their rookie quarterbacks, particularly when they're selected in the first round.
Hmm.
uh-huh. And so, as we look down the schedule for the Patriots, September 19th, they're at the New York Jets.
Yeah, that is a safe win there.
And then the next week, they're at home for 2 games, New Orleans and Tampa Bay.
Ooh.
Yeah, and that week 4 game, that Sunday night game, that's going to be must watch TV with Brady's return to Foxborough.
It's going to be one of the most hyped games in recent memory.
Yeah, both of those are toss-ups for me.
I'll probably give the edge to the Buccaneers in that one, but I'll probably give a win. I have to put a question mark by the Saints on that one. It's then they're on the road at Houston on October 10th.
Yeah, I think that's a win.
And then the Patriots are at home against the Cowboys.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'll probably lean towards the Cowboys. That's a hard one.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning toward Cowboys right there. Then they're at home against the Jets.
Yeah, that's an easy win there for the
Yeah.
Patriots.
Then they got two interesting road games. Halloween afternoon, the Patriots are at Los Angeles taking on the Chargers. And then November 7th on the road against Carolina.
Yeah, I think that's a safe win there as well.
So you'd probably take them. You'd probably get them to beat both the Chargers and the Panthers.
Yes.
Okay. If they're playing in Los Angeles against the Chargers, Herbert is very good. So I'm going to put down as a loss. A loss in Los Angeles, but I'll give them a victory in Carolina. Then Sunday, November 14th, the Patriots are home against the Cleveland Browns.
That one's probably a toss-up, but I'm kind of inclined to picking the Browns.
Yeah, I think the Browns are going to be one of the top the top 4 or 5 teams in the AFC.
Yeah, I could probably see Cleveland having just as good, maybe a slightly better year than last year. And then November 28th, the Patriots are on the road against the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, I think we all know where that's going.
Yeah, we know how to say win. Everybody say it with me now. Atlanta.
Eat shit.
Ain't shit.
Myers.
That Jason Myers cracks me up all the time. But he's good people. He's good people. November 28th. That is going to be that'll be the Patriots at home against the Titans. That'll be interesting.
That's probably more of a toss-up, but at the same time, I think the Titans could win that game.
I'll probably just put a question mark on that one.
Wait, what game was it again?
That's the November 28th game. New England Patriots at home against the Tennessee Titans.
I think the Patriots is going to win that one. And the reason why I say
with the
that
home field.
is when I watch those two, the Patriots always come out on top.
I remember these ain't your Patriots from last year.
I know, but
Or for the last 20
Cam
years
is
now.
going to bring it home. I think Cam is going to be the new GOAT, possibly. He's got it in him. I think so. He could bring Brady down, possibly.
And then the Patriots are at Buffalo on December 6th.
Yeah, that's a win for Buffalo.
Yeah. Then have the bye week on week 14. Then just 4 more games. December 19th at Indianapolis.
Yeah, that's probably a New England win there.
Okay, then New England's at home against Buffalo.
Yeah, that could be a series split. I would put New England on that one.
And then we already said that there will be a loss to the Dolphins in Miami on the 9th of January. But on the 2nd of January, Patriots at home against the Jaguars. I'll lean toward the Patriots on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, right now, after all that, again, two questionable kind of riding the fence kind of picks here. Patriots home against the Saints on September 26th, and then Tennessee at New England on November 28th. But let's see. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see, going 10. And how many losses are marked down? 1, 2, 3, 4. About 5, at least maybe 10 wins and 5 losses, at least that I know. So that could actually give them a better record than what they had last year.
Mm-hmm.
And last but not least, well, actually last and least, in the AFC East. I think this one is going to be kind of quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It's the Jets, Jets. And if anyone remembers from the last couple of years we've been doing this, what did I say that the letters in Jets stand for?
Mm. Uh,
Say it
I
and
don't remember.
tally.
I don't remember.
Find out. I want to find out, please. I think
Just,
they don't-
Say it,
and,
Tim.
just end the season.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Jets. It's like they. I don't know what's up with them. You know, they used to be great and they went downhill, just like the Giants lately. What is up with them?
It's,
Like,
so there was a time when the Jets were a perennial playoff contender and they were in the AFC Championship game 2 years in a row with Mark Sanchez and Rex Ryan.
didn't they win some Super Bowls?
No, they haven't won a Super Bowl in 50 years, in 50 plus years.
Way back.
Oh, you know
They-
what?
they-
They accidentally mix up the Giants with the Jets. That's what happens.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
easy
but-
to do since they're both in New
I'm
York.
thinking of the Giants. The Giants used
Yeah,
to win a lot of games against the Patriots, and they went downhill. Why?
It's because the Giants beat Brady twice to the Super Bowl and that's why they don't have a 30-year curse.
Oh my God!
Mm.
What's a
The-
30-year?
that was such a fun time to be a Giants fan.
Yeah.
Just as I was getting into football, that was when the Giants actually started to win games.
Yes, I was a kid at the time. Like I don't know how old I was, but what is a 30-year curse? I've never even heard that term before. What is that?
It's because if you take out the Giants' 2 Super Bowl wins against the Patriots, their most recent Super Bowl was 30 years ago when they beat the Bills on that missed field goal.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Scott Norwood, wide right. Yeah.
That's
But
crazy.
anyway, I say we'll take a quick trip through the Jets schedule.
Mm-hmm.
September 12th, they open at Carolina.
The Sam Darnold revenge game, and also Zach Wilson's NFL debut and Robert Sala's NFL head coaching debut for the Jets. Remember, the Jets have a new coach, they have a new quarterback, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because more than half of the last 40 seasons, the championship teams have come from when the coach and the starting quarterback came in the same year.
They're both bad.
Yeah, and in this case, Saleh comes in after the Jets fire Adam Gase after 2 disastrous seasons, and then they trade Sam Darnold to Carolina, who they're playing on September the 12th, and then draft Zach Wilson with the 2nd overall selection.
Mm-hmm.
As far as that game is concerned, they're at Carolina. I'm going to have to give the edge to Carolina on that one. September 19th, the Jets are at home against the Patriots.
Yeah, I can't see a split there. I think the Patriots are going to sweep them.
So we'll mark them down as both as a sweep. So I'll mark that one and mark this one. September 26th, Jets on the road against the Broncos.
I could see that as a win, especially if Drew Lock is the quarterback instead of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards the Broncos, but that's a hard one.
Aaron Rodgers.
I'd say that the most, if Aaron Rodgers is traded, yeah, he would likely be traded to the Broncos.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You got to see this article.
Mm-hmm.
And who is this?
He's gonna be the COAC.
Cam Newton. Oh,
It's him. Remember when Skip Bayless and Stephen A were co-hosting for Sports Center, and Skip Bayless made such a big deal about Tiago's splitter.
I like how Stephen A said his name.
I mean, what the hell are you supplying us with, Irene?
That was Cam Newton after he won the
I'm
national
triggered.
championship. I mean,
I know. I know, but there have been some better college quarterbacks. Like Vince Young.
what kind of monkey? Vince Young. Now, he was a great college quarterback at the University of Texas, but he just couldn't quite handle it in Tennessee, or actually Houston/Tennessee. I guess it was. But Irene, what kind of monkey wrenches are you throwing at us, huh? Well, anyway,
Irene broke me.
Sorry.
Irene has officially broken me.
I can see ahead. I foretell the future, and the future foretells that Cam Newton will
No.
oh my gosh. Cam Newton is going to be the next GOAT.
That's my hypothesis.
I think right now the next GOAT will be Patrick Mahomes. We'll talk about him. We'll talk about him a little bit later.
Yeah. This is like calling Bartolo Colon to go to the MLB.
Cam Newton hasn't even won a Super Bowl and you try to call him the GOAT. I mean, to be fair, Vince Young hasn't won a championship either, but...
Anything's possible in today's age. Anything's possible.
Rex Grossman was closer to a championship than Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Oh, Rex Grossman, what happened to him? I haven't heard that name in ages.
He was closer to a championship than Cam Newton.
Who's gonna be the new GOAT? Who's gonna be the new GOAT?
We'll talk about him in just a little while.
Let's see, if we're going to call him the GOAT of the NFL, we have to call Bartolo Colon to go to the MLB.
I mean, Bartolo Colon can still pitch.
And hit. He hit a homer.
I love Tom Brady forever, you know. I gotta find a new one to love.
Cam Newton, I can't see that. I can't see that. I just can't. But I can see the New York Jets probably losing to the Titans on October 3rd.
Yep.
So mark that down as a loss. Then we got the Jets and the Falcons in London, England on October 10th.
That was a true toss-up.
Yeah, I'm
very true toss-up.
This game, Natalia, seems like 31-23 written all over it for Atlanta.
Yeah. I'm just gonna win and say the Jets. That'll be their first win.
So let's probably say the Jets will actually beat the Falcons in London because the Falcons ain't shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Jets have the bye week 6. So they have a long way to go. October 24th, they're at New England. We've already mentioned that would be a loss.
Yep.
Halloween, Jets are at home against the Bengals. I'm putting that down as a loss, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Depending on how healthy Joe Burrow is.
Mm-hmm.
November 4th, Jets are at Indianapolis. That's a loss.
That's a loss.
November 14th, the Jets are at home against the Bills.
Loss.
November 21st, Jets at home against the Dolphins. Loss.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody notice the trend we got going here now? I mean, come on, it's the Jets.
Yeah.
And November 28th, the Jets are at Houston, which
I'll take the Jets in that game.
Yeah, me too. I was inclined to saying that as well.
And see,
I'm kind
Me
of leaning
too.
that way too.
I just think the Houston Texans are on their way to getting the first pick in next year's draft. I just think they're an absolutely unmitigated dumpster fire. The Texans. So amid all the Deshaun Watson stuff, and even with Deshaun Watson as their quarterback, the Texans still went 4-12.
That's a big if. That's even if he's their quarterback.
They have all these allegations, but we have not heard from Watson. I mean, what is up with that?
Yeah, and like I haven't like so invested in like the other sports since football left that people are forgetting that this is actually a pretty freaking big deal about Deshaun Watson.
So we got the Jets beating the Houston Texans in Houston December 5th and December 12th. A couple of interesting home games for the Jets. December 5th against the Eagles, December 12th against the Saints.
I would say losses on both.
I'm kind of swinging that way too. December 19th.
I do think the Jets can beat Philly though. I do think they can beat the Eagles.
I suppose it's possible.
Could be possible.
Philly the Eagles have no defense aside from Fletcher Cox.
December 9th, the Jets are on the road against the Dolphins.
Yeah, I think we established that as a Miami win.
Yeah. Although a split is possible.
Then next two games at home, December 26th and January 2nd, Jacksonville and Tampa Bay. They could probably beat Jacksonville, but there is no way in hell they're going to get slaughtered by the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Jacksonville against the Jets.
Okay, and I say lost to the Buccaneers. And then the Jets finish on the road at Buffalo, which I think will be a loss.
But there may be a possibility where the Bills are in position they've already clinched a playoff spot, nothing to play for, and so they could easily rest their starters.
Oh yeah, that's true. We didn't think about that in last week's podcast. That's a good point.
Yeah, didn't think about that one. So right now,
So oddly enough, the Jets might improve a little bit this year.
It's because the Jets they needed a new coach because Adam Gase really couldn't coach his way out of a paper bag.
Yeah. Still last place team, but more right.
Yeah, so I got the Jets. I have no questionable games here, so I got the Jets finishing 4-13.
Yeah, so a slight improvement from last year.
Slight improvement, but not too much so.
Yeah.
And check this out. If you haven't heard already, the Madden cover has been revealed, and it looks like we have last year's starting quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. So will there be a curse on either one or maybe both?
Go Brady. Go Brady. Bye Brady. Happily after one more year.
Somebody check her papers.
I don't have any.
Because if you are not familiar, it seems like every year when an athlete appears on the cover of the EA Sports Madden football game, something happens to them that year. They get injured, or something else happens to them. Yeah, that is the Madden curse.
Oh God, I didn't even know what a Madden curse was. Oh my God, no.
Are you familiar with the Sports Illustrated curse?
That's even worse. Oh my God, that's terrible.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't get injured too badly. I would hate for that to happen. Oh no.
Well, I mean, right? I mean, the
I
only
love Tom Brady. You know, I'm a big fan of him, but like it's time for him to leave now. You know what I mean? Because I feel sorry for other people. You know, because I'm rooting for Tom Brady, and then other
Uh,
people are
it's
screaming. He's yeah.
it's
But
and like speaking of Madden curses, one player that was on the Madden cover was Patrick Mahomes, and that was 2 years ago, and that was the season where the Chiefs broke their 50-year Super Bowl curse. So, he debunked the curse.
Mhm.
debunk the curse. And speaking of the Chiefs, why don't we talk about them now as we focus in on the AFC West? Starting with the Kansas City Chiefs, they finished with a great record of 14-2 last year. Of course, they were basically dominated in the Super Bowl. Like I said, that domination was nothing like I'd ever seen since Super Bowl 27 when the Cowboys dominated the Buffalo Bills.
Mhm.
Of course, that was eons and eons ago, but of
Yeah.
course, Stephen A. Smith will have to. You can always count on Stephen A. Smith to remind us how long it's been. Anyway, let's talk
Yeah,
about the Kansas City Chiefs. Yes.
yeah, and I remember the Chiefs' two losses during the regular season. It was a week 5 loss at home against the Raiders, where the Raiders played pretty much a perfect game
Mhm.
offensively with Derek Carr having the best game of the season, and week 17 against the Chargers, where Andy Reid rested all of his starters. So really only one loss in games where Patrick Mahomes started, but then and then of course the playoffs where Chad Henne bailed Kansas City out after Mahomes went down with I believe what's his knee that he went down with, or was it his ankle? So
It was
about
one or the
regard
other.
what happened?
Yeah, I was saying it was one or the other. I could have sworn it was ankle, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I'm asking because I'm old. Um, and then of course they took down the Bills easily on Championship Sunday before they got whomped by that Bucks defensive line without their two starting
Yep.
tackles.
Sorry about that, guys. Let's talk about the Chiefs' schedule. They open at home against the Browns.
Yeah, that's probably a win.
I think that's going to be the game of the week in week 1. It's no one of the games of the week. Because I know Jim Nance, Tony, the CBS broadcast.
Mhm.
Uh, September September 19th. Chiefs on the road against the Ravens. That will be a nice matchup right there.
You know, that one I'm probably leaning towards the Ravens. That's a really hard one.
It's
That's more of a toss up though.
it's-
Yeah, we'll see
yeah.
how that goes. That's going to be a Sunday night game, believe it or not.
Mm.
We got September 26th. Chiefs back at home against the Chargers.
Ooh. I would say probably Chiefs, but I think there's a potential for a split in the series.
Yeah, I think they will split with the Chargers on that one. October 3rd, the Chiefs are on the road against the Eagles.
I think that's a Chiefs win.
Yeah, I think so. The Buffalo Bills will head to Arrowhead on October 10th.
Yeah, I think that's one of those toss up games. That one's it can go either way.
It's I already established on this podcast that all things being equal, I'll take Kansas City to win that game.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning toward Kansas City in that one. Two road games on October 17th and 24th. The Chiefs go on the road to Washington against the football team. Then they go to Tennessee against the Titans.
Yeah, I think they'll beat Washington, but Tennessee's a toss-up for me.
Yeah, I actually have a different opinion on this, Natalia. I think Washington's front seven is going to give Mahomes a lot of problems. I think Washington's going to win that football game, guys.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Well, I can see that because Washington had their way with the Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day, the fourth quarter of that game.
Because to me that's going to be the big test of what the Chiefs did this off season, and that's what that's what Brandon Beach Beak and Andy Reid emphasized when they said they revamped that entire line. They got Kyle Long, they got Joe Thuney. And they traded their first round pick this year for Orlando Brown, so that's going to be to me the first big test of revamping that offensive line.
Yeah, that will be an interesting matchup. Then the Chiefs got 2 games at home to start November. They have 2 games at home. They're at home against the Giants, then home against the Packers, which I believe will be a great game.
Yeah, they'll probably beat the Giants, but as far as the Packers go, I go either way. It depends on Aaron Rodgers' situation.
Yeah, but I don't see how Aaron Rodgers plays for the Packers again, given how the franchise has treated him the last several seasons. But yeah, that game against the Giants. Even as improved as the Giants got, I still think that's going to be like a 37-24, 37-27 game.
Yeah.
Okay. Then on November 14th, they're on the road against the Raiders. Of course, Chiefs-Raiders has been a long rivalry.
And that's once again a Sunday night game this year.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, the game in Vegas is on Sunday night.
Yep.
Yeah, and at Allegiant Stadium, the first Sunday night game, with fans at Allegiant Stadium. So I think that's going to be a whole lot of fun.
Kind of leaning toward the Chiefs to ruin that one. That's what I'm probably going to do. But a W for the Chiefs at Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Then November 21st, the Chiefs are at home against my Cowboys. And I hate to say this, but looking at it right now on paper, I got to give a little bit of an edge to the Chiefs. I guess regardless on how Dak Prescott is feeling in that game or not, I mean, they say he's good to go, but just see how he does during the rest of mini camps, and then when training camp starts up pretty soon. Then week 12 is the Chiefs' bye. Week 13 and 14, December 5th and 12th, 2 home games against division rivals, the Broncos and then the Raiders.
Yeah, that's probably a win for both.
Okay. Alrighty. We said the Chargers. They're at the Chargers on December 16th. We already marked that as a loss.
I said I'm gonna view that. I think that the Chargers are gonna win that game as well.
Interesting matchup. Day after Christmas, December 26th. The Chiefs are on the road at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I said the Chiefs are home.
Oh yes, the Chiefs at home against the Steelers.
Yeah, that's a toss-up for me. It's all going to come down to the defense going to be better at the end.
And I don't know if you looked over this last week, but did you see Pittsburgh's schedule the last 4 weeks of the season? That is tough.
We were just talking about the Steelers on our last show.
Because they have Tennessee, Kansas City, Cleveland, and Baltimore the last 4 weeks of the season.
Yeah.
Wow. That is going to be brutal. Let me take a look at that here.
If I remember correctly, I think we had Pittsburgh roughly at 10 wins.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we did.
or 9, something like
Tennessee
that. Middle of the road
versus
team.
Tennessee at Kansas City, then versus Cleveland, then at Baltimore. Yeah, I would say that's pretty brutal.
Mhm.
So anyway, I'm going to give the edge to Kansas City in that game against Pittsburgh. Then Kansas City finishes on the road 2 games against the Bengals and the Broncos.
I would say win both there.
Yeah, I see a win in Cincinnati, and I could see a win in Denver.
So
It looks like we have Kansas City finishing roughly the same way they did last year. Maybe one loss more.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Maybe at least 13 wins. 1, 2, 3 losses, and I got a tough call at Tennessee on October 24th. I'll probably keep my eye on that game. The Chiefs at Tennessee. That'd be kind of an interesting matchup right there. And let's talk about the Las Vegas Raiders. Finished second in the AFC West. Finished 8-8. They start at home against the Ravens on ESPN ABC.
That one I would say a loss. And I could see the Ravens actually dropping a spot. They could probably, I think they might fall to third this coming season.
September 9th, they're on the road to Pittsburgh.
I would say that's another loss too.
Back home against the Dolphins on the 26th.
That's probably a win.
I could probably see that too. Going into October, on the road on the 4th against the Chargers.
Loss.
Yeah, I'm going to give that one to the Chargers. October 10th, they're at home against the Bears.
And also, did you see what came out today with that the Bears are dedicating Andy Dalton to be the starter week 1? Like, what the hell is Matt Nagy doing? And what on earth is he thinking? And if Andy Dalton is the starting quarterback in that game, the Raiders are going to win that game by 20 points.
Yeah. As of now, I'm saying Bears, but I'm going to hold judgment until whoever the quarterback is.
Yes, I'm going to put a question mark right there until Matt Nagy can get his head out of his ass, because I believe that Matt Nagy is probably the guy who is sitting on the hottest seat there is.
Oh yeah, and also did you see the reports earlier this week that the Bears are trying to purchase the nearby Arlington racecourse? So I think the reason they're trying to purchase that because they're trying to relocate the team to Arlington, which is like a suburb about 30 minutes away from downtown Chicago.
I don't know. The Bears have been in that stadium for God knows how long.
It's I just don't I think that wonder if the Bears are going to make improvements to their stadium, or are they going to move out?
I'm not sure about that. I can't really give it a call.
Yeah, but let's go back to the Raiders, because this isn't about the Bears, it's about the Raiders.
Right. The Raiders are at Denver on October 17th.
That one, I would say Denver. I'll just probably do the splits. Give each team the win at their home field.
Split the series with the Broncos. I think I will agree on that. They're at their bye week is week 8. Week 7, the Raiders are at home against the Eagles.
And I'm going to be interested to see how many Eagles fans flock to Vegas for that weekend. And the cheapest tickets for that Eagles Raiders game is $515.
Jeez.
Yeah, pretty high ticket right there.
Yeah, I'm kind of I kind of want to give this one to the Raiders. But this is a hard one.
Yeah, but you want Josh Jacobs? You want him tearing up that defense? Yeah, I'm gonna take the Raiders.
Think I will too. Then after the week 8 bye, they go back to action on November 7th. Raiders will be traveling to New York to take on the Giants.
I'm
I
taking
would
the
go with
Giants in that
Giants.
game.
Me too.
I like the Giants in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Raiders will be home against Kansas City on the 14th.
Yeah, that's Kansas City win there.
Then 21st, Raiders are home against the Bengals.
That's gonna be a tricky one.
Yeah.
But I'll give the Raiders the win there.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I'm leaning that way too.
Give it to the Raiders. Yeah, I'd say that. Then Thanksgiving Day, the late afternoon game is the Raiders at the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. I'm
giving to the Cowboys.
I gotta pick the Cowboys here.
Right. They just need a little Thanksgiving revenge after last year.
Look at this article I pulled up to when you have a chance. It's predictions.
I don't make my official predictions for the season until like a couple of days before, so I'll look at everything.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. We start December. The Raiders will be at home against the Washington football team.
Yeah, Washington's going to win that game. They have the better coach and the better defense.
Better defense. Yep.
Yes. Then they go on the road to Kansas City, which will be another loss. And December 19th, they're at Cleveland.
I'm leaning towards Cleveland on that one.
I'll take the Browns because they're a better team, better coach, better quarterback, better defense, better offensive line. Better offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then January 2nd, Raiders are at the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Toss up. I think I'll go either way.
Yeah, I'm picking. I'm gonna take the Colts on that one.
Yeah, well, and I think we said October 4th, the Raiders would lose at Los Angeles. What about Los Angeles visiting the Raiders on January 9th?
Los Angeles.
I'm taking the. If I was to pick that game right now, I'd take the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'd probably do the same thing too. So, reviewing this year, only one questionable game for the Raiders. That's the October 10th game at home against the Bears.
Yeah.
So I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Only about 4 wins and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
See, maybe a 4 and 12.
Yeah. So this season's gonna be worse for them.
And the Raiders downgraded at offensive line. That they reached for Alex Leatherwood with their first round pick. Alex Leatherwood, a lot of draft evaluators had Alex Leatherwood going as in the second round, but the Raiders reached on him apparently, and that's who the pick was, and the Raiders have really just swung and missed a lot on their draft picks since Mayock and Gruden took over, which is one of the things that shocks me about the Raiders. That every year I listened, I watch the NFL Network's coverage of the draft instead of ESPN's because of Mayock, and then Mayock leaves NFL Network to join the Raiders, and then now I watch ESPN's coverage because of it.
Yeah.
All right, now we're going to talk about the Los Angeles Chargers. They finished 3rd in their AFC West division last year with a record of 7-9. They have a bye week in week 7. So taking a look at the first 6 games, they're on the road at the Washington football team on September 12th.
That's a tough one. I think I'm leaning towards Washington though.
I think this game to me is one I'm probably going to say at the time is going to be the toughest game of the week to pick, but I'm going to take the Chargers in that game. I think Herbert goes on the road and gets the job done there.
So I heard Natalie say the football team. I heard Flynn say the Chargers. I'm going to put a question mark on this one because can't really tell for sure, but I can tell. I can probably say September 19th, week 2. The Chargers are at home against the Cowboys.
That's gonna be a fun matchup.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see.
It's more of a toss-up for me, but if I had to pick one right now, it'd probably be the Cowboys.
Yeah, we're on the same page there.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I kind of see the Chargers beating the Cowboys a little bit, but it's just on paper, right? But it's just on paper right now.
Mm-hmm.
Without anything, we just still got drafts and all that. We still got training camps.
It's I think training camps is gonna say a lot about who survives the preseason games, who stays healthy.
Yep.
Right.
Still a lot of free agents out there too.
And we got the Chargers going to the Chiefs on the 26th.
Yeah, I think that was a Chiefs victory there. Well, yeah, I think we established a split earlier, right?
I think we did. Chiefs, Chargers.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Yeah, that was a split. So let me make the proper notation right here. October 4th, Chargers are at home against Las Vegas.
Yeah, did we do a split there as well?
Yeah, we did.
Damn, Chargers.
I did a split where the Raiders the Raiders win in LA and the Chargers win in Vegas. That was my split.
Yeah, I think I had that too.
Okay. Yeah, they win in Vegas and lose at Vegas. Oh, no. Win at home against Vegas, then they lose at Vegas. I think that's how I said it. I get confused with this stuff sometimes. October 10th, the Chargers are at home against the Browns.
Two teams that I'm planning on predicting as playoff teams, but I'm going to take the Browns in this game.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Browns as well.
And October 17th, they're on the road against the Ravens.
I'll take the Ravens.
Ravens.
Okay, then they got the Week 7 bye. Week 8, Halloween. They're at home against the Patriots.
What did
Chargers?
Is it what did we say earlier about this game? Because when we were looking at New England's schedule.
Yeah, we were looking at New England's schedule, which was that's October 31st. I said that the Patriots would lose to the Chargers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that too.
Mm-hmm.
Chargers winning.
Yeah, so the Chargers win that one, and then November 7th, the Chargers on the road at the Eagles.
I gotta give it to the Chargers on that one.
I might just.
But I'm gonna take the team that has the better coach and the better quarterback. So I'm gonna roll with Brandon Staley, Justin Herbert, and the Chargers. And I think Brandon Staley is going to be a massive upgrade over Anthony Lynn, and you're going to see why in the first couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
of the season. Because remember when Anthony Lynn those baffling press conferences when they were looking at the skull condition for Tyrod Taylor, and there was a big fuss up by the Chargers medical staff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wasn't that a total fiasco?
Yeah.
Okay, November 14th and 21st, got road games. Home games. First against the Vikings, then against the Steelers.
I would. Those are. I think those are some toss-ups there. But if I had to choose, I would say win with the Vikings, loss with the Steelers.
I'm kind of leaning toward that direction too.
Yeah, I think Minnesota. I think they're going to beat Minnesota, and I think they're going to beat Pittsburgh.
Ooh, interesting. Then we got November 28th and December 5th road games. Chargers are on the road to Denver, then to Cincinnati.
I think they're going to split the Denver games. I think that the Broncos.
Yeah.
So win on the home fields.
Yes.
Okay, so lose to Denver at Denver, but they'll beat Denver in LA. So we'll mark that down.
And the Broncos visit the Chargers week 17.
Yeah, Broncos is Chargers week 17, and I'll say the Chargers will take care of the Broncos in SoFi. Then December 5th on the road to Cincinnati.
And we can put that as a win for the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. December 12th against the Giants at home.
Ooh, that's actually a tricky one.
Yeah, I kind of like the Giants here. I like the Giants defense matching up against the Chargers that day. I'll take the Giants in an upset.
Yeah, if I had to choose, it'd probably be the Giants. But that's a tough one.
Yeah, I'm putting a question mark on that one. December 6th, they will win Chargers at Kansas City.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the Chargers are home against Kansas City, and we said a split on that one. So
season split there.
Right. Then December 26th, the Chargers go to Houston.
Yeah, that's Chargers.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers.
Go Chargers, go! And we said they'd win at home against Denver on the 2nd of January, and then finish on the road in Las Vegas. Probably lose to the Raiders on that one. So right now, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At least 9 wins. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe 9. Maybe at least 9 wins. Maybe 6 losses. So that could be an improvement.
Yeah,
Chargers could improve.
But they're a contender then for a playoff spot.
Yes, they could. That Justin Herbert, he is one talented guy. I would keep my eye on him for this upcoming season. And we finish our show this week with the Denver Broncos, 4th place in the AFC West. They finished with a record of 5-11. They have their bye week in week 11. Starting on the road, September 12th, and then the 19th, the Giants and Jaguars, respectively.
Probably loss to the Giants and win over Jacksonville.
Yeah, and I think even if Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback of the Broncos, I still think the Giants are going to win that game. Because it's going to take a while for Aaron Rodgers to get if the Broncos do wind up getting a trade down. I think it would take a while for him to get accustomed to the system. So, and against the Giants defense, that's pretty well coached by Patrick Graham, and with the players they have on that defense, I'll take the Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will definitely take the Giants in week 1. I'll take the Broncos over the Jaguars in week 2. Weeks 3 and 4, September 26th, October 3rd. They're at 2 home games for the Broncos, Jets and Ravens, respectively.
That
Uh,
a win and
win
and
and loss.
A win and a
yeah.
loss. Yeah, that's probably how I see it right here. October 10th, on the road to Pittsburgh.
I think that this is the game that'll signal to the Steelers that they're not a playoff team. I think the Broncos get it done on the road in this one.
Ooh.
Yeah, this one's a toss-up for me.
Yeah, this one's a toss-up to me as well, but that sounds too delicious. Having the Broncos to go to Pittsburgh and beat the Steelers. And then we got the Broncos at home against the Raiders on the 17th of October.
Yeah, I think that's the one we established a split earlier.
We had the split. So they'll win at home against Vegas, but then they'll lose at Vegas. October 21st, Broncos head to Cleveland.
I'll take the Browns.
Me too.
Halloween, they're at home against the football team.
I'm gonna pick Washington to win that game.
I think I'm leaning the same way. But that one's a tough one.
Yeah. November 7th, Broncos are on the road at Dallas.
I think Denver gets it done on the road in an upset.
Yeah, this one's hard. I'm inclined to go with Dallas.
I'm kind of inclined with Dallas too, but and November 14th, Broncos on the road at Philadelphia.
They're home against the Eagles.
Yes, my mistake. They're home against the Eagles on the 14th of November.
I'm going to take Denver.
Yeah, I'm going to take Denver too.
I'll take the Ponies as well. Then they have their Week 11 bye. November 28th, Broncos are at home against the Chargers.
So we already established a split with the home team winning each game.
Home team winning each game, so that'll be a win right there. And then go down, they'll face the Chargers again in Los Angeles on Week 17. We said Los Angeles would win that one. At Kansas City, we said Kansas City would win probably both games.
I think that's what we said.
Yeah.
So we got to cover that because they play against Kansas City in Week 18, January 9th. December 12th, Broncos at home against the Lions.
I'm leaning towards Denver. That's a hard one, though.
I think Detroit I think Detroit can win a few games here and there. So I'm gonna take the Lions.
Interesting. I'm kind of going with the Lions on that one too. And then December 19th, Broncos are at home against the Bengals.
I like Cincinnati.
Interesting choice.
I kind of like Cincinnati that one too. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At least maybe 9 victories and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 losses.
Yeah, so it looks like we're looking at Broncos in third this year, Raiders in last, right?
Maybe. Because right now I've got the Raiders having at least 4 wins and 12 losses. Broncos having at least maybe 9 wins and 7 losses, except for that Pittsburgh game. I don't quite know about that yet. But from what it looks like, it'll probably be, once again, Patrick Mahomes and Kansas City Chiefs taking the East.
Yeah.
And pretty much Buffalo. No. Kansas City taking the West, and I think Buffalo will once again take the East.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot closer than we may think, though. Patriots will make a run for it.
Yeah, that could be interesting right there. So, well, I guess that covers it. We finished up the AFC previews, and on our next show, probably play us again maybe next Friday night, guys.
Okay.
we will start our NFC previews by previewing the NFC North and South. And we'll see if we can get some answers to that right there. I guess Irene had to jump off. She hopefully will be back with us next time. Flynn, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world of sports. How can you cram all this stuff into one podcast?
I don't know, Tim.
So what do you got for us this week?
Yeah, so the next podcast, what I'm going to do for my main story I did this did this as a main story in one of my podcasts last year, and I'll do it again this year. So I'm going to power rank each of the divisions based on their defenses of the 8 divisions in the NFL. And
interesting. This may sound weird, but my main sports story going into this weekend: can Lefty finally win the U.S. Open? It's the only major he has not won.
Yeah,
he has been in second place 6 times.
Yeah, and also in the NBA, both Eastern Conference semifinal series are going 7 games. The Brooklyn Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks, their 7th game is Saturday night, and the Sixers and Hawks, the Sixers won on the road to avoid elimination, and then they're playing Game 7 in Philly on Sunday night. It's Sunday night, yeah.
Yeah, and speaking of basketball, just got the ESPN alert. Utah is leading 94-91 early in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's gonna come down to the finish. I wonder how the Clippers are gonna get it done without Kawhi.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But anyway, y'all be sure check out Hooked on Sports with John Flynn. Anywhere you can find podcasts, look him up. He has got some great stuff all the time. Flynn, as always, thanks for joining me, buddy.
Thank you so much, Tim.
And Natalie, my commissioner, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Do we have like a date set for our draft as of yet?
Oh yeah. I'm interested in hearing what dates you have.
I mean, I didn't really plan exact date yet, but I typically understand my typical 1 to 2 weeks before the regular season starts.
Yeah.
Okay, so probably will be about another month, right?
Because I wasn't a fan of because last year's draft was on August 8th, and I mean,
the only reason why I did it super early was because of the pandemic. I wasn't sure if there was going to be a season or not. That's why I did it super early.
Yeah. But I mean, it was a season where my top 4 picks all got hurt, and I couldn't play any of them for the playoffs. So that
if I remember correctly, does the season start? I think September 9th. Is that the first game?
Yeah,
September 9th.
Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are playing the first game.
I think right now my target date is probably like September 1st, September 2nd, something like that. That's my target date as of now.
Which is perfect. Yeah, because it would be right before Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
Yes, and hopefully not on a Saturday night. We don't want any more trouble with the other gang.
Yeah, and the Saturday of Labor Day weekend is the 4th. I mean, but I don't know if they'd be doing S&D that night because of the Labor Day holiday.
Right.
Yeah, we'll just have to get with them, see what they want to do. But anyway, we'll have our draft sometime at the very beginning of September. So, well, I guess that's going to do it. We're going to put a bow on this episode. Once again, next time we will be taking a look at the NFC North and South teams. So, on behalf of my good buddies, John Flynn, John Natale, and of course, my technical director, Irene Neighbor, and her main squeeze, Andrew St. Clair, who joined us a little bit, but I guess he got tired. So we're going to wish him a good night, and we're going to wish all of you a good night. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Remember, folks, be a good sport. See ya.
15 seconds to air. cameras. Ready with slow motion and isolated cameras.
Stand by, videotape, and roll tape.
And tape is rolling in less than 5, in 3, 2, 1.
Take tape.